Hello there! Welcome to Exampadi, in our study series on the development of political parties in Nigeria. Our topic today is the Great Nigeria People's Party known as GNPP, People's Redemption Party known as PRP, and Nigerian Advanced Party known as NNP. In this lesson, we will 1. Explain the origin of GNPP, PRP, and NAP. 2. Describe the structure of the parties and state their sources of finance. And 3. Highlight the objectives and performances of the parties. To begin with, let's discover the origin of GNPP. The GNPP party was formed in 1978 by Alhaji Waziri Ibrahim, who was a foundation member of the NPP. He left NPP due to NPP chaos over the post of party chairman and presidential candidates and formed the GNPP. Alhaji Waziri Ibrahim, the author and advocate of Politics Without Bitterness, became the national leader and the presidential candidate of the GNPP. Let's discuss the structural organization of GNPP. The GNPP operated at the national, state, and local levels, with a national congress as its supreme authority. The party at the national level included the following organs: the Congress, Convention, and the Executive Committee. At the local government level, there was the General Meeting, Executive Committee, and Working Committee. At the ward or district level, were the General Meeting and the Executive Committee. While the National Congress was the party's supreme authority, it was charged with laying down the broad principles and guidelines on which the party was run. Membership of the National Congress included all national and state officers, all party members at the National Assembly, all party members who were state governors or federal ministers, and representatives of state and local party organs. Membership of the National Executive Committee included all national officers of the party, all federal ministers, all governors belonging to the party, and leaders of the party at the National Assembly. The NEC carried out the decisions and directions of the Party Congress and Convention. The National Working Committee was responsible for carrying out the directives of the NEC and proposing matters for its consideration. What are the sources of finance for GNPP? The GNPP was initially almost single-handedly financed by its founder, Waziri Ibrahim. However, as the party grew, it began to receive funds through other sources. These included allocations from FEDECO, membership subscriptions, levies, and donations. The objectives and aims of GNPP includes the following. Number 1. The GNPP leaders' original intention was to transcend the politics of ethnicity and promote the cause of prominent ethnic groups and ethnic minorities. Number 2. To sustain the unity of Nigeria and pursue politics without bitterness. 3. To pursue a dynamic foreign policy. 4. To fight relentlessly against poverty and promote a better standard of living for all Nigerians. Number 5. To work towards free and high-quality education at all levels and promote better health services. 6. It advocated for policies stimulating economic activities, creating jobs, and improving living standards. And 7. It sought to ensure that all regions and social groups benefited from the nation's wealth. The GNPP made some major contributions or achievements to the nation, some of which includes: number 1. The party won and controlled 2 states, Borno and Gongola. Number 2, it won 8 senatorial seats and 44 seats in the House of Representatives. Number 3, it also secured control of the House of Assembly in Gongola and Borno State, respectively. Number 4, the party contributed to the democratic process during the Second Republic. And number 5, it raised awareness about regional interests and the need for equitable resource distribution. The second party we'll be looking at is the PRP. Let's discover the origin of People's Redemption Party, also known as PRP. The PRP is a social democratic political party in Nigeria that emerged in the late 1970s, specifically in 1978, and was founded by the supporters of Malam Aminu Kano. The PRP is a people-oriented mass party that welcomes all Nigerian citizens regardless of religion, ethnicity, race, or creed. From 1978 to 1999, the PRP won elections to local government councils, state houses of assembly, governorships, and the Federal House of Representatives and the Senate. What is the organizational structure of the PRP? The PRP had several organs. The National Directorate was composed of national officers, the chairman of the state directorates, the party parliamentary leader in each state assembly, the Senate and House of Representatives, plus 2 other representatives selected to represent each state in the federation, among which there had to be 3 female members. Other organs of the party were the National Working Committee, which comprised the national officers and met frequently to exercise the powers of the National Directorates. State Directorates had the power to hold conferences at which 2 delegates represented each local branch of the party. Local branches had their directorates and chapters based on wards, towns, villages, hamlets, and clans. Each registered branch elected its local officers manually. What is the source of finance for PRP? Like many political parties, the PRP received funds through various sources. This included party registration and membership fees, levies, subscription from members and branches, proceeds from entertainment, donations, and sales of publicity items, and allocations from the Federal Electoral Commission, FEDECO. The objectives and aims of PRP includes the following. Number 1, full national liberation, that is, economically and politically, unity and true democracy towards a buoyant national economy. Number 2, equality in the distribution of wealth and job opportunities. 3, promotion of African culture, tradition, and social values. Number 4, disciplines in the citizens, leadership by examples and focused action. Number 5, mass literacy. And number 6, promotion of agriculture through a national focus on helping the peasant farmer. What were the performance or achievements of PRP? Number 1, it won gubernatorial election in 2 states, namely Kano and Kaduna. Number 2, it secured 7 seats in the Senate and 49 in the House of Representatives. Number 3, it controlled the Kano State House of Assembly. Number 4, the PRP governors abolished the Haraji and Jugali taxes, which had been used as instruments of oppression in several parties of the north. Number 5, in Kaduna, Governor Balarabe Musa abolished cattle tax, poll tax, and similar taxes for poorly paid workers. Finally, in our lesson today, we'll be looking at the formation and origin of NAP. The Nigerian Advanced Party, known as NAP, was a political party formed in 1978 during the build-up to Nigeria's Second Republic. It emerged as part of the wave of political activism and party formation that accompanied the transition to civilian rule. Headed by lawyer Tunji Braithwaite, known for his opposition and as a lawyer, the party was the only new political organization allowed to field candidates for the 1983 elections. The party was composed of southern Nigerian intellectuals favoring a reformist government. The party's watchword was "Change, Radical Change," believing a revolution was needed to solve Nigeria's myriad problems. Other prominent leaders of the NAP included Eweka Onyemelukwe, Usman Gire, Dare Omobayo, Joseph Shodinreye, Uba Muhammad, Musa Salami, and Reuben Kutok. Let's discover the structure of NAP. NAP had its national and state executive committees. The highest body was the party's Congress, which, because of its newness, could not meet frequently. Tunji Braithwaite was nominated as the party's president. Membership of the Congress was made up of delegates from the state branches of the party, the national officers of the party, and the state chairman of the party. It was this body that formulated the broad policy positions of the party. Below the state level were local branches of the party at the local government level. The NAP was financed through the following means. Number 1, membership fees. Number 2, donations by members. And number 3, FEDECO allowance. What were the aims and objectives of NAP? The NAP believed there was need for a radical change in the society through 1, eradication of mosquitoes and rats. 2, a low-cost health insurance policy for all Nigerians. 3, the establishment of Universal Electrification System (UES) that will replace National Electrical Power Authority (NEPA). Number 4, there was a free flow of water for every Nigerian. Number 5, socialism, that is, freedom from exploitation and harassment, would be applied. 6, a revolution in agriculture would lead to surplus food and surplus money from food exports and industrialization. Number 7, all Nigerians would have a health insurance policy for a small fee. Number 8, modern roads, sidewalks, and compulsory accommodation for workers. And number 9, pupils and students were regarded as workers and given monthly allowances. The NAP therefore made some major achievements in Nigeria, some of which includes: number 1, the party did not win any electoral seats of the Legislative House in the 19 states of the Federation. Number 2, it did not win any seats in the National Assembly. Number 3, a large number of its candidates lost their deposits at the election. Number 4, they had less than 10% of the total votes cast. And number 5, the presidential candidate and his running mate had the least votes at the presidential elections in 1983. We have come to the end of this lesson. Attempt these questions to evaluate yourself. Number 1, highlight the origin of GNPP, PRP, and NAP. Number 2, analyze the structure of the parties and enumerate their sources of finance. And number 3, outline their objectives and point out the performance of the parties. Thank you for learning about GNPP, PRP, and NAP with me today. Join me in the next video as we explore more political parties in Nigeria. Until next time,